will Edward do?
Die, probably.
Be trapped down there until we figure out that he's gone and also where he is.
Okay. Last week, you all arrived in the city of Byriven, the midway point between the coast and the capital of the empire, and a major trading hub, as well as home to a keep that can act as a choke point on the river in case of emergency. You all were very excited to go shopping and get new things, go on your various individual errands. And one of you decided that your individual errand involved breaking into the second sub-basement of said keep and getting kidnapped by the warden. Though I don't know that it can be qualified as a kidnapping, more of a capturing, I suppose.
As you do.
But average Tuesday activities.
While Sir Edward languishes in the dank depths, the rest of you are unaware. It is mid to late afternoon. You've finished your shopping. You're scattered about the city. You should probably find lodging for your horses. I'll say you can do that for like a silver a night at a local stable.
Mm-hmm.
So, is there anything else the rest of you want to do about the city that you didn't get to do last session?
What time is it?
It's like 5 o'clock.
Dinner. It's dinner time. If Zach is back by this point.
You all did agree to meet at a local tavern on the western side of town.
Let's find lodging for our horses first and then head to the tavern.
I'll just say that you found some.
Oh, we did that? Okay.
Yeah.
Cool. I will.
Yeah, they don't tend to like it, I think, when people just walk horses through downtown.
That's true.
Just stop your horses out. Just keep your horses in like the common room of the tavern for the evening. It'll be fine.
Just have to clean up after it, right?
Hatred. They want meal and lodging.
So, you congregate back at, I don't remember what I named the tavern. Do any of you?
Honestly, I don't either.
The new one?
But it was a good like decent one.
I took very few notes last session, so I do not have the name.
Whatever. You meet back up at the tavern. And it is a fairly decent, like, not too fancy, but certainly serviceable type of place. Hardwood floors, a roaring hearth on one side of the room, and a long, well-oiled bar along the entire back wall. You manage to find a table and take your seats, and you can order your food and discuss your day's activities.
Greg would like a plate of rolls as usual.
You can get a plate of rolls for 4 copper.
I was about to say, how much do those cost? Because I can't remember how many I've had, and I can't remember if I deducted each time. I'll deduct like 12 right now. You said copper?
Mm-hmm.
I mean, when we were in the other town, they were giving us food gratis.
That's true. I forgot about that. Never mind. Okay.
Mm.
So what have you guys been up to all day?
Oh, here and there. Just wandering around, seeing what there is to see.
Fun thing to do in a new town, just to get your bearings a bit.
I put teeth in dirt.
Oh. Who just saw her kind of slip off, but figured I'd remind that was a thing.
Yeah, you did all see
Mhm.
Sekka very noticeably attempt to secretively separate from the rest of the group.
Mm-hmm.
A not so stealthy stealth attempt.
Mhm.
She seems a little distracted, but she's mainly focused after she orders, which will probably be something rather like, if they have something maybe pot roasty.
Yeah, they have over the fire, they have a side of lamb on a spit. You can get a solid chunk of that for, I'll say, a silver.
A what?
A silver.
Are you cut out? For how much?
1 silver.
Okay.
I'll take a less.
So she'll order herself a good meal and pretty much just focus on that. She,
What food does the inn serve?
They have the rolls, they have the lamb, they also have a kind of like roasted vegetable medley, and a variety of ales and a couple of wines for the evening.
Bob will take some wine and the roast lamb.
Okay, it's a silver for the lamb and 6 silver for the wine.
Okay. And it'll be a white wine.
Sure.
Okay.
The superior wine.
also ale.
Ale you can get for about 8 copper.
Mm-hmm.
Quick question. Is Kylie coming?
No, Kylie's not coming.
Okay, just making sure. I was like, did we accidentally forget?
We're starting at 9, actually. Oops.
So you all sit, unwinding from the hustle and bustle of the day, listening to the quiet murmur of conversation about you as evening begins to descend outside. The sun setting over, well, you can't see it, but the sky begins to darken into oranges and reds. The sun is on the other side of the tavern at this point.
We can assume the sunset is just beautiful.
But if you went outside, it would be setting over the distant fields behind the city wall.
And how long would you say that we got in at 5? We're doing dinner.
I'll say it takes you probably an hour, hour and a half to have your conversation and your meal.
And Sir Edward isn't back yet. Sekka does take inventory of the table at a point, but it's more that lingering look of, but she doesn't immediately say anything.
Mm-hmm.
Not at this point yet. She's about 3 ales deep, I'd assume. She pretty much slugged through the first 2.
What time does the library close?
The library would close around sunset.
Okay.
I haven't studied my spells yet, have I? I can't remember if I did that.
I think you did on the trip.
Mm-hmm.
I did. Yes, that was a 9-day trip. Okay, yes, I did that. Cool. I could not remember.
Oh, wait, no. Because you didn't have the paper and ink.
Oh, wait.
And you were on.
Yeah, I remember that. I remember Redacted asking, why couldn't you have done that on the 9-day trip? And then I said, because I didn't have the paper and the ink. And then I forgot all about it. Okay, cool. It's all coming back to me now.
Maybe just buy some paper and ink tomorrow or something.
I already did. I bought it when we got here. So I can do it now.
Yeah, and it's what? An hour per spell per level? Is that what it is?
Mm-hmm. So 6 hours total for 2 third level spells in my class. Fun. Towards the end of his plate of rolls, Frog kind of like looks around and like also takes inventory of the table, and he's like, "Hey, have any of you seen Edward? Or like spent time with him during the day?"
Yeah, I was kind of wondering about that too.
Bob shakes his head.
I haven't seen him since we all split ways and getting later than we planned, so.
Yeah, it's getting dark.
Mm-hmm.
Did he leave any of his creatures around?
What was that?
Did he leave any of his creatures around the table or the dragon?
You haven't seen them since you last saw him.
Anyone have any crazy thing to contact anybody? Magic stuff works, but I keep seeing weird stuff happen.
I should have got sending. I should have. It's fine.
Everything is awesome. Let me
Yeah,
check.
I got nothing.
I can speak with animals.
I don't know if that's gonna help us figure out, get in touch with us.
There is a tavern cat.
I was gonna say, ask city rats.
I'm gonna
Ask around.
saunter up to that cat.
He's like sitting on the edge of the bar, like loafed up, and he's like licking his forelegs.
Hey.
Oh, Duchess, there you are.
He ignores you.
I'm gonna go back to the barkeep. Barkeep, can I have some milk, please?
Yep. You reach under the bar and pull up like a small glass. They have like an earthenware jug, and they fill it up for you and slide it across. That'll be 3 copper.
Okay, here you go. I'm gonna hand over 3 copper. I'm gonna walk back over to the cat. Like, hey.
He still ignores you. He is still licking his legs.
Okay. Not even the milk? Even if I like poured in a bowl in front of him?
Where'd you get the bowl?
All right. Can I go back to our table and grab a bowl?
A bowl that was formerly filled with lamb?
Yeah.
I guess. I mean, it's more like it would be a plate.
I could put no, that wouldn't work. Never mind. I was gonna offer to put the butter on my plate and give her the dish, but again, more of a plate.
Yeah. All right. I'm gonna grab it and walk over. So does it still have like lamb broth in it?
I guess, yeah.
I'll try that first and we're like, hey.
The cat pauses and looks up at you very slowly. Can you not recognize when a gentleman is having his bath, he does not wish to be bothered?
No, I can't recognize that.
The height of insolence. And he stands up and stretches and hops off the bar and retreats behind it.
Oh. Huh.
This fancy ass cat.
Can I see him behind the bar?
No, he's gone. He's gone into the kitchen, the back rooms. He is left.
Ah.
The bartender kind of sidles over you. He's like, If you want to pet the cat, you have to wait for him to come to you.
No, I wasn't trying to pet him. I was trying to talk to him.
Good luck with that. He returns to the other end of the bar.
I'm gonna walk slowly back to our table. He's too much of a gentleman for me.
She
I would
doesn't
talk to you
quite
if I
know
was a
what
cat,
video
Fimo.
is.
What?
You both said something at the same time.
Yeah.
I said I would talk to you if I was a cat, Fimo. If it's any consolation. He says through a mouthful of bread and butter.
It's the rolls are very fluffy and very soft. Like very white, butter smooth rolls that just melt in your mouth.
And what did Seka say?
What?
Cool.
What did Seka say?
Oh, like when you said that it did, too fancy for Fimo. Like she's not even sure what that statement means. It's just that like it's another drink of ale.
Wait, did the cat have an accent? How does that work?
He's a very dignified gentleman.
Is the meow a different pitch?
Mm-hmm.
Interesting.
Percy, don't throw him. It's okay.
Theoretically, one can detect animal sarcasm. That's amazing.
That's the key.
I'm
Detect
also going to
animal
proceed
sarcasm.
to take 2 apples out of my bag and start eating those.
So, all I can do that might be helpful is talk to animals and read anything.
I mean, you could have just asked the barkeep if they'd seen him, but Seka gets up and walks over to get another ale and does exactly that.
You sidle up to the bar, and the bartender is there caring for a couple of other patrons, refilling their drinks. And once he finishes with that, he begins wiping down a dirty glass. And he leans over. Anything else I can get for you?
Sorry,
Anything else I can get for you?
we were kind of waiting on a friend, and I'm wondering if he had shown up and then left again or anything.
What's he look like?
Wore a kind of a tall hat, kind of snaky. Usually has a little dragony thing and a weird table that walks around with him.
Can't say
I
I've seen
think
a
it
walking table anywhere around here.
Yeah, I think you'd remember that.
You got weird friends.
Yeah, you have no idea. And she turns and walks back to the table and sits down and goes, Barkeep said he hasn't seen a walking table at all. Or anyone in a hat like that, so he's
no
probably
one
not in here. I mean, how much trouble could somebody get themselves into going shopping?
Fimo got sent to jail. Do keep in mind.
I was not here for that.
Was that purely for shopping, though?
She bought the eggs. We were all shopping. What?
Yeah, you were at the bazaar.
I was about to say that was at the bazaar.
Famous last words. How dangerous can shopping be?
What can a person get into? Tempting.
Never
fate.
ask those questions.
Last time I went shopping, I was sent to jail.
No, last time you went shopping was this afternoon.
Oh, never mind. I almost got sent to jail when I went shopping this afternoon.
There was also another time you went to the bazaar in between the egg throwing and the leaving when you guys were on parole.
There we go. So last time this afternoon, I almost got sent to jail. And then 2 times before that, I did get sent to jail. while shopping. So I say bad happens shopping.
An unforeseen amount
Because-
of danger can come out of shopping trip. We've gradually come to figure out.
But is it the shopping
Yes.
or something that you're doing other than the shopping? Because I suspect there's more to it than that.
Shopping is an enabler.
Shopping is the problem, considering the first trip we ever went
all
on,
right.
we all decided to steal.
We should just never let our children shop.
That wasn't shopping, though. That was thievery, technically. If you want to
Yeah,
be technical about it.
It's not shopping.
Shopping is lawful.
We should see if we can. Okay, real quick recap. I know my thing, but we're kind of just passing through, right?
Mm-hmm.
There wasn't
Your goal
anything we had
here
to
was
do.
to secure a boat for transport down the river.
Thank you. It should be like, anyway, maybe we should go look around. We need to get a boat anyway. So while we can't do that tonight, I don't want to be trying to leave late tomorrow because of workout. I don't want to any longer than I have to be.
And Edward himself is the one with the most connections to boats in general. So it would be good to have him along as well. Also, he's a dear friend and we're traveling with him. So we should look for him.
No.
Probably get us a boat.
Duchess pipes up from the other end of the table. He's my friend.
Is he really?
Yes. He's more my friend than any of you guys.
Regardless, we're traveling with him, and we should at the very least try and look for him before we take off. That's my stance on it.
Yep.
I mean, he still has Talus's feather.
Talus had a lot of feathers, though.
But I only have so many. And that was one. And he has that one. And that man is a dead man if he took it without me knowing. He just left.
He also never finished the carving of that feather.
Mm-hmm.
I'm sure he
So
did.
at the very least,
It's probably lost.
that should be a reason to look, you know. That's all I'm saying.
Sekka takes her fourth ale. Let me take another one off. Finishes it up. Makes a mess, much like that. And stands up. And she goes, let's stop talking about it then. I want to sleep at some point.
Yeah, sounds like a good idea to me.
She starts heading towards the door.
Well, as you all debate the merits of searching for your lost companion and head out into the night, let's switch over to the dungeon of the keep. Sir Edward awakens from an arcane sleep, hands shackled to the wrists of the chair. He looks around and sees dark, damp stone, dripping with water and mold. And before him, the mysterious wizard, propped up against the opposite wall, 1 foot hiked up against it. And they just regard you as you come to consciousness.
Sir Edward is just like,
They're silent for some time, before they kick themselves off the wall and pace a round or two around you. We stop and lean down their head so that their eyes are on level with yours. Who are you?
That's a great question.
Yes, so answer it.
Oh, I think you can figure that out yourself. Don't you have all my stuff, don't you? Aren't you perusing through it?
Of course I do. I notice the crest. But is it yours or did you steal it?
Oh, you have no idea.
What were you doing here?
Just appreciating the decor.
In my office.
Yes, I thought it looked gorgeous.
Did you?
Nice and homey, with a good taint of prison and dread.
Thanks. That's what I was going for.
10 out of 10 review.
Were you sent by anyone?
No, of course not. The last thing I want to be is sent by someone ever again.
They continue to pace about the cell. Nobody. You just wandered in all on your own.
I sure did.
Broke past 2 secure doors.
They were pretty easy to get past.
Well, I'll have to modify them then, won't I?
Sure, I'd love to see the process.
What are your feelings on the Empire?
What are my feelings on the Empire? I have many feelings.
Oh,
It's an interesting place. Such a different world. So
from where you're from, I suppose you mean.
yes, it's very, very different.
And what, pray tell, would the son of a merchant empire such as this be doing here?
That's a great question. Why am I here? Why am I not back where I should be? Why am I not with who I'm supposed to be with? Maybe just because I got sick of things and wanted to do a little adventuring.
What kind of adventure would that be?
I don't know. Maybe one perusing a place such as this.
You learned anything interesting in your perusal?
Not really. I found it kind of dull. Good decor, not very good information.
They stop behind you, and one hand lands on your arm, just above the elbow, trails up to your shoulder before their fingers alight on your neck. I need you to make a Constitution save.
Ooh. I need to roll for that. Don't worry. Let me get my dice. Hold on.
Dice.
I gotta get my tray of them. I'm gonna show you this so that you know I'm not lying. It's a natural 20.
Okay. You feel a web of cold snake across your skin, but you hold your muscles tight and just shake it off.
Well, that was delightful.
Your captor looks down at you. Interesting. What experience do you have with the arcane?
That's a great question. If you look through my things, you'll figure it out real quick.
You can certainly see evidence of tinkering, of course. But what would have an interest in one such as myself, or in the people I oversee?
That's a great question, isn't it?
Why don't you tell me?
Oh, I'm just such a curious individual, always trying to learn new things.
They crouch down in front of you and slide their hand up onto yours.
Oh, God.
You take 7 points
7 points.
lightning damage.
Zip zappy.
It tenses up your muscles and you can feel it fry the endings of your nerves in your hands. They look at you. Why don't you expand on that answer some more?
Wow, we've only just met.
Yes, it only gets more fun from here.
Certainly does. Well, since you're so curious about my life and all of these things about me, I guess I should tell you.
I would suggest it.
I'm just looking for magic.
Oh?
I'm just looking for miracles, and I'm hiding from the past, isn't everybody?
Some of us, certainly.
Yeah.
Your search for miracles, that's what brought you here. What kind of miracle would you be in search of?
Search of things that are impossible.
If it's impossible, then why do you search?
One, because while I'm searching, I'm a great distraction. And two, because I actually have a little bit of hope, unlike so many others.
A distraction? A distraction from what?
Well, some people don't need to know things. And some people like to protect things. And I protect people. Well, certain people.
Would you say you're serving as a distraction right now?
Not for you, but for other people.
Interesting. We'll switch back to the rest of the gang.
Ooh. How mysterious.
How mysterious indeed. The rest of you.
Interesting.
You have an entire city to search.
I would like to say that at some point during the night, or not at some point during the night, right after they left the tavern, Frog went and studied his spells. So he does that affect his sleep at all, or?
If you start now, it's like 6 o'clock, so you go to bed at like midnight, and then you can wake up fairly early in the morning the next day with a full rest.
Cool. Yeah, he
So-
slept.
Basically, the rest of us, I guess, would go and look about.
Mm-hmm.
Let me see. To around where we all start.
Yeah, that would be in one of the main market streets, about 2 streets over west of the river.
Okay. So she would suggest that, and then I guess just start asking if people have anybody who's around if they had seen of any of the shops that are still open. I guess that would be investigate. For
Mm-hmm.
people.
Go ahead and roll investigation.
And she will suggest that we split up and look for information so we can cover more shops more quickly.
Okay.
Is this that? No, this isn't that same night, right? Or is it?
Same night.
Yeah,
Oh, it's the same night. Okay, so I'm not here. Cool.
yeah. 'Cause you need to have your spells ready.
I do need to have my spells ready. I'm very excited about them.
Right.
What did you get for this
So-
level?
Dispel magic and counter spell.
Nice.
Yeah.
Load, please.
So when you guys split up, are you going individually or in pairs?
I guess we should pair.
I vote pairs.
Okay. So there's actually 5 of you because Duchess is also here.
Well,
2 and 3.
yeah. All right. So would investigations for this be like assisted roles? Or-
Mm-hmm. So
Okay.
what groups are you going to be in?
That's the better question. I'll take Femo.
Okay. And then Bob, Redacted, and Duchess on team 2.
Sure.
All right.
God, my connection sucks tonight.
So Seki can roll with advantage, and then either Bob or Redacted can roll with advantage.
Can I also like talk to the animals along the way?
Yeah, that'll be part of the investigation.
Okay, cool.
Okay, so my rolls were. Oh, come on. Why did you go away? I wanted to show. First I rolled a 9 and then I rolled a nat 20.
Okay.
That's not with any extra. It's just a 20.
Mhm.
I don't have a bonus to investigation.
So you aren't even walking for very long. It's been maybe 10, 15 minutes before you pass by a small group of 3. They appear to be either very wealthy merchants or minor nobles heading out into the city for the evening. And they're discussing amongst themselves, did you see that thing on the 3rd floor in the keep today? No, what was it? What did you see? It was like a table, but it was just walking around. I saw like a little wooden dragon scurrying about down on the 2nd floor. It was just running between places. I saw somebody tried to kick it, and it just flapped away. Do you think there's some kind of spell animating things? And the conversation continues as they walk down the street.
Seka quite literally just kind of. And looks down at Fimo and goes, "You heard that, right?"
Yeah. Yeah.
Let's get everybody else. She turns and starts to head back to where we originally started and hopefully look for them, which they can't be too far at this point either.
What did Team 2 roll in investigation?
Should I roll or should you roll, Bob? My
Um,
investigation's alright.
I think you should roll.
Was it with advantage, yeah?
With advantage.
23.
Yeah, you, again, not very far. You haven't been searching long before you see another group of wealthy looking individuals discussing. I was intending on going into the keep tomorrow morning to visit an acquaintance of mine, but they said that the gates will be closed. They won't be admitting anybody. Really, this close to midwinter, and they're not admitting guests? Do they have any idea how much negotiation goes on this time of year? And again, they continue their conversation down the street, and you and Bob just kind of look at each other.
Should we go tell Seka and Fima?
You
And
turn
then
to look
everybody
at them,
arrives
and
at the
they're
same-
already like walking back up the street towards you.
So we go and meet them.
Mm-hmm.
So it's like some people cited small flappy wooden dragon of the keep. Doubt. Did I cut out?
A little bit.
A little bit, yeah.
So what's the last part of the sentence?
Oh, it was, what did you guys find out?
The keep is going to be closed starting tomorrow. Riding to the keep, great.
The why me look. I have a job. Mutters something to that effect under her breath. It's like, but, and then, it's like, so if the keep is being closed tomorrow, do you think he's just there? What do you think that means? Seems like a lot of rich people talking about that place.
Well, Edward thinks he's rich. And
Get it back.
he might go where he thinks rich people are.
True.
Because he wants to be with people like him.
Probably not a big deal, right?
Well, Seka, whenever you leave the party, when has it ever not been a big deal?
She looks like that hit her upside the head. I wish you didn't have a point. And she turns and starts walking towards the cape.
Fimo trotting along behind her.
Bob's following.
By this point, it is deep dusk outside. The very barest traces of light are still reflected in the sky. And as you approach the keep, you can see that it is blazing with light. There are torches all along the top of the wall and lamp posts all around the base of it. As you approach the gate, a set of 4 guards stand watch. Halt! Who approaches?
As the only human in the party. Seka goes, well, we were just seeing if we could go in and visit the keep.
No admittance for outsiders after dark.
So that's available during the day then?
Generally. Not tomorrow, though.
Why not?
It's been shut down.
Why is that?
Make a persuasion check for me.
Great.
You have good persuasion, right?
Seka is known for being so charismatic.
So what?
Charismatic.
Oh yeah, I got an 11.
Such a way with words.
The guard looks at you and they go, that's for the higher ups to know, not random travelers. Be on your way.
Can I roll an insight?
Sure.
To get
What are you looking for?
I just want to get kind of a vibe off him if he's behaving like this is a normal thing or not.
Okay, go ahead and roll.
14.
It's a little bit hard to tell, but you don't get the idea that he thinks this is like an emergency.
Mm.
Is there a record of previous visitors from earlier today that we can look at? Or does that not get track of?
There is certainly a log, yes, but we don't show it to random people.
You see, we lost a person.
Did you?
Yeah, and we think he went here. So can we just like cross-reference?
Their
people?
face kind of hardens, and they look at you. You said you had a member of your group come into the keep earlier today, and they haven't come out.
We don't know if he went into the keep.
Who if he came out?
How about you describe them for me?
A snake bastard.
Interesting. The guard raises a fist, and the 3 others around them kind of close in around you. It looks like you will be getting admitted into the keep this evening. Isn't
Seka
that
just kind
such
of
a
goes
pleasant
like
surprise? They are going to attempt to handcuff you. Are you going to attempt to resist?
Yes.
No. Seka's going to Seka's going to dissuade as no, stop.
I did no wrong.
I hope. Maybe.
Bob's also going to resist.
Great job, Fimo. Great job.
Okay.
The visitor wasn't aggressive, were they?
What?
Because we were looking for a prisoner ourselves. That was the visitor we were talking about. If it's a violent criminal, we can get him off your hands.
Make a deception check with disadvantage.
And I mean, Fimo did describe him as a snake bastard.
But you have 0 credentials that would make it look like you have any authority to be extracting prisoners.
Right, you just did it at a worse time.
Is it a deception check?
A deception check.
20.
With disadvantage?
Mm-hmm.
God damn.
Can I
Oh my god.
What did I miss? What's happening?
I mean, we are mercenaries.
They approached
They're
the
out
keep and
for-
asked about Sir Edward. And so the guards were like, accomplices. But now Redacted's like, we're here to take a prisoner who we've been looking for.
We're looking for our snake bastard.
And
with
having
our
rolled a
here.
20,
Yeah.
and the lead guard here having rolled a 5, they hold up their fist again.
Nonetheless.
And the others around you kind of take a step back. And the guard looks at you. You're here to extract a prisoner? What,
I mean, we are mercenaries. That's
yeah.
just. She doesn't say more than that. She kind of just gestures at Redacted. It's like, well, he knows what the deal is. Which seemed like a safe way of approaching.
Okay. Open her up, and the iron portcullis of the gate begins to rise. You hear the heavy metal clanking of chains as it is rising up. And once it reaches the top, the oaken doors behind the portcullis, you hear a like grating sound from behind them. Very slowly, and then they swing open inwards. Come in, then. How about we have a chat? You are escorted inside through the outer wall of the keep. As you enter in, you see a wide stone pathway leading from the wall gate to the main entrance of the keep proper. And on either side, there is a very well manicured decorative garden. But they veer you off to the side and instead bring you to one of the towers that sits on the side of the wall gate. They usher you inside a kind of guard room. Inside there are a couple of other soldiers hanging out, and you are sat down at a long wooden table. The guard looks at you and goes, just wait here, I guess. They gesture at the other two to head out with them. They leave, close the door, and you do hear it click shut behind them, locked.
Is there anything else in the room?
What?
Is there anything else in the room?
Yeah, there's like a couple of cupboards. It's like a break room, you know? There's also the mechanism to, it looks like it's part of what opens the gate.
Can I look through the cupboards?
Sure.
What's in there?
There's some cups. There's empty kettle. A few bags of loose tea.
What type of tea?
Tea.
Is it like black tea? Is it
High
white
fantasy
tea?
tea.
Sure. Actually,
Like green?
so there's a very pungent, bitter-smelling,
High fantasy.
dark black tea. There is a small pouch of, it looks like dried purple and yellow petals that emit a very faint but sweet aroma. There's one actually that is like a fine red powder, and when you smell it, it kind of like hits you in the face with like a smack of very strong richness that you can't quite identify.
I'll take the black tea.
Okay. What are you going to do with the black tea?
Brew tea.
Where's the water?
I mean, not right now, but in the future.
Okay. You're stealing their tea.
Actually, with that, I'll steal the kettle.
Okay.
We're all watching this happen too.
It's gonna make this awkward.
Are you guys going to wait patiently for the guard to return?
Saka is.
I mean, like, I'm gonna like run around the room, but other than that, nah.
Yeah, just nothing too crazy. Here's what I'm thinking. I don't want to get tangled into whatever he did here. Let's just say he stole something. We're arresting him for that. Because he technically did steal from us. I'm just going to go on that something, snake bastard, blah, blah, blah. Just, we'll drag him out of here, wherever we were going to take him. Like, let's just keep it at that. That's easy enough. Hopefully they don't hate him too much.
Well, I mean, he did steal from us, so
Should we specify
It's not
what
a
he
stretch.
stole? Should we say he stole the deck of cards, or should we lie about
unless they ask what he stole, I don't think you need to tell them.
Yeah.
You
Whatever's
guys-
the closest
I
to
mean,
the
it
truth.
is a magic thing, right? You can just say a magic thing.
Yeah.
You guys wait for probably 10 or 15 minutes before you hear the door unlatch again. And a fairly big soldier with a great sword strapped across their back sidles into the room. Kind of stands at the head of the table and looks down at all of you seated around it. Say you're mercenaries, here to
Yeah.
collect a
Yeah.
prisoner.
Also, yeah.
Do you have a writ for arrest?
Seka looks over at Redacted.
Did we get that yet?
Did the lady give us one?
No, but he stole from us.
Yeah. We might have jumped a gun a bit on this, but
If you don't have an official waiver to take a prisoner into custody, we can't hand him over.
I mean, I guess that's fine. We were just wondering where he was. We didn't want to get anything crazy. We were just asking questions outside, and they just dragged us in.
Listen, you want to know where he is? We have him in custody. Is there anything else you need?
Did he do
Wasn't
something
anything in
here?
particular. Yeah, that'd be a good question.
He did things he wasn't supposed to. Anything else?
Do you want us to take his flying dragon and table off your hand?
No. Those are
Yeah.
evidence.
Of him being
Him?
there?
Listen, everything involved with the crime has to remain in our custody until a verdict has been issued. Unless you have a right for extradition of this prisoner, I can't hand him or his effects over to you.
We had one.
Seka goes,
I think we
Let's
had a right. I might have accidentally messed it up with Butterfingers as I point down to my encrusted shirt with vomit, butter, and food. I don't think it's legible or in existence to the point where it's paper anymore.
Why do
I
we
don't
let you
think
keep
we
it?
can get a second one.
it's okay, guys. We'll reach out and we will see if they can get us another proof. Okay?
Exactly.
Roll
There was very little
Fimo, roll deception with disadvantage because you guys have already said that you didn't get one in the first place.
Yeah.
Yeah, what the heck?
It's like, I think you're misremembering, but in my case, hold on. Let me pop over to here.
The deception with disadvantage?
Uh-huh.
Okay. 20.
All right. The guard captain looks down at you and goes, "Yeah, I see it. Still, though, either you get another copy or you're going to have to leave empty-handed. I'm sorry."
Can we at least see him so he knows that we're like here? But
Why does that matter?
Why would he need to know you're here?
because he has something of mine and I really want it back.
We
Oh,
can get that. That'll be part of evidence. We'll get it when we get the official writ.
I want it back.
You don't need it now. She's a trainee. She's just.
I'd advise dropping her.
Amber Alert.
Oh,
Yeah, we got the Amber Alert.
I think I'm getting it.
Sek is going to kind of lean into this idea of, really, let's go for now.
Yeah, we can get a writ.
I have an idea. I think
Sorry,
I-
we're interrupting your
What
business.
official were you working under again that didn't provide you with a writ of extradition?
Name.
The lady.
No. Look. Been on a couple jobs lately, and some stuff is getting jumbled up. But
Roll deception with disadvantage.
Which one? Me or-
Seka.
It's not exactly untrue, but yeah, it's a little iffy.
And everything on the lady. This is Heather talking.
You can't
Not
just say the
Fimo.
lady.
You guys don't know her name.
We
I'm-
don't know anybody's name.
Disadvantage is like -2.
Disadvantage is roll twice and take the lower.
Then it pin it on
Okay.
Inaris.
Yeah,
That
but they might
almost
not
sounds
know.
like a good name, but
No.
Oh god.
The lower of the two is 8.
The guard captain is getting more and more irritated and less believing of your tale. And he goes, "Yeah, I would advise you all just take the opportunity to leave now.
Mm-hmm.
Next
absolutely.
time, maybe have your facts in order first. Best of luck." And you're ushered out of the guardhouse and back out through the main gates. They were closed again while you were inside, and you see now that they open. So the two large oaken doors and two steel slide bolts parallel to each other and to the ground that slide outward from the center. And then the doors swing inward. And then the portcullis raises again, and you are gestured outside into the night once more.
Okay,
Kitty.
surely.
Kitty cat.
Yes.
Writ.
Kitty Cam.
I'm a kitty cat.
Okay.
What if
Oh,
is there
well-
somebody who like makes these jobs? Like, could we legitimately just like blame him for a crime that he didn't do and technically arrest him but never turn him in?
So once outside, it's going to go. I need you guys to hang on for a few. Sit still. Please don't do anything. I have an idea, but you guys are going to owe me some money, I have a feeling. Okay?
Fun.
And with that, she walks off.
Hey, Frog. While Seka's off.
Wait, are we even there?
What are you just
Frog's
still
still in the tavern?
communicating?
Yeah. Hey, Frog.
He cannot hear you, as he does not have a telekinesis spell. Telekinesis?
Wait, oh,
Yeah,
wait, he's still in the room?
Frog's in the
He's
tavern.
still in
Yeah.
his fucking room!
Studying
him.
spells.
Sitting there the
Greg
whole
is not
time,
present for this interaction.
completely unaware.
I was like, Frog, what are you doing? Don't you have like a charm person spell?
No, he's not.
Anyway, never
I
mind.
still do. I was working on it. I just couldn't think of a person that would like sign the writ. Do we know any like upper level people? We'll have to like ask. Somebody studied into royal lineage. Maybe we can find a name on there and just pin it. I don't know. But I guess we could just wait for whatever Seka does first.
I think we need
We
to
should
ask
probably-
ourselves a question. Is Sir Edward worth it?
Do you want the feather back?
That's not Sir Edward.
We are not
God
going
damn.
all the way in there just to get your feather and come out. We might as well. It's easier to just get both at the same time. And frankly, I don't not like the guy. He's
Bringing
useful.
all the
he's
groceries
fun.
out in one trip.
I don't not like the guy. Is that two negatives?
I'm just saying he's all right. Yes, I know he didn't steal from me. And, you know, that'll take time, but give him the benefit of the doubt at least.
I did, and then he ended up in the keep.
What, that doesn't have anything to do with you.
No,
And
but
yet he's
I'm dragged into
Saved the town.
That's the only good thing he did.
I don't know. I think just leaving a guy.
That
in
is
the keep
very. Yeah. I'm just gonna die.
I'm not here.
I'm prepared to.
Second character before level 10.
I think I would call this a valuable life lesson if we leave him, and he can learn from it.
I'd call it being hypocritical, because last time I checked, we all risked our lives to break you out of jail.
I told you you could leave me.
That's true, but Edward doesn't have a say, does he? He doesn't give us permission to leave.
I mean, I think he gave us permission when he wanted us to not be in his presence when he accused us of being horrific monsters.
Wouldn't you prefer to say that to his face, though?
No.
No.
No, I don't. I just see Keenan talking, not making noise.
I'm having a jolly good time.
He's
Probably a better time than Sir Edward.
Oh yeah. Well,
Speaking
Silver's
of
still
which-
enjoying himself a little bit.
Let's return our view to the dungeon.
To the dungeons.
Sir Edward has been left alone for some time before he hears the creaking of the steel door opening once again. And the wizard once more enters. Their somewhat form-fitting robes settle against them as they lean back against the door again and gaze at you once more. What was it you were saying about seeking the impossible?
You are so interested in me, aren't you?
I confess.
It's like you like me.
What exactly did you mean by impossible? What sort of magic do you seek?
Oh, I seek. Well, if you want me to be completely honest, since we're so close now, I am looking for cures to the impossible.
Cures.
Yeah.
And you thought you would find that in a dungeon. We
Well,
do the opposite here, generally.
generally, but this is no ordinary dungeon.
Perhaps.
This one has magical elements to it. And it so happens to have a teleportation circle.
I see you made your way quite around.
Yes, it's a lovely place. I told you, great decor.
Did you, for some reason, think I would have some kind of healing ability?
I mean, maybe. I'm optimistic.
It's not really the specialty approved for individuals such as myself.
Oh, interesting. Do tell.
Fairly certain I'm the one doing the interrogating here.
Yes, but I'm just so curious.
Are you?
Very, very curious.
You know, usually when somebody goes to such lengths, such desperate risks in order to uncover information, it is either for greed or for love. So why don't you tell me? Which is it for you?
I don't know. Take a good look at me and figure it out.
Well, based on your family, I certainly have one that makes sense, but I also know that you aren't head of that family. You're a long way from a trading port.
Certainly. I guess you figured it out.
Have I?
Good for you. Good for you.
Why don't you tell me more about this cure you seek?
Oh, it's really quite simple. Been around for a long time. A disease that kills without any mercy and tortures the one that is infected.
Of course.
It is brutal. And it is placed upon people. Death puts it on the people that it hates the most. And sometimes death chooses wrong.
You think this person you search for was targeted by fate, destiny?
I think this person was targeted by fate, but fate was wrong.
Fate was wrong. It's quite the bold claim.
Well, I'm quite the bold man.
So I see. If you were to uncover this knowledge, this magical, previously unheard of cure for a torturous, life-ending disease, how would you hope to utilize it? Surely a cure of that magnitude would require a skilled arcanist to accomplish. You certainly, from what I can tell, dabble in magic, but you are no wizard. No cleric
Yes,
either. You don't appear to have the gods of any kind on your side.
Well, I have my ways.
Do you? Would you care to expand?
I just know many people, and I only need to find the answer for one, and then I will be content, and I will be happy, and I can live the rest of my days satisfied.
Can you? Seems a distant hope to me. I know very few who have managed to end their lives satisfied with anything.
Yes, it is a very rare trait, but one that I hope for.
Hope. Interesting.
See? I told you. I have hope.
I have some notes to consult. They turn and they leave you in darkness once more.
Have fun!
The door clangs behind them.
Oh, I got it.
The rest of you. Do you wish to do anything more this night, or will you wait for the morning?
We're still waiting for Seka.
Did Seka just leave us there and tell us to wait and then abandon us for the rest of the night?
Seka told you to go back to the tavern and wait because she might have an option.
Fimo heard to stay there and not do anything.
Yeah, but she said go back to the tavern.
That's what Fimo heard. Stay there, don't do anything. Fimo's gonna sit in the ground and draw circles.
I hope somebody picked Fimo up and brought Fimo back to the tavern. About how long do I take?
It probably takes you an hour and a half to get to your destination, have your conversation, and return.
Okay. So, during that hour and a half, what has occurred? Nothing, just
The rest of you
tavern
just
scene.
returned to the tavern and found your rooms.
I stayed where Seka told me to stay. Outside of probably the keep.
That's what I heard too.
Drawing circles in the dirt.
Did you mean to say that we should go back to the tavern?
Tavern, she said that. She said, you guys go back to the tavern. Yeah, she said, you guys hang on, sit tight, go back to the tavern, I'll be back, basically. And don't do anything.
Hang on, sit tight, don't do anything. Don't do anything. I'll be back. Something
Yeah.
like that.
Yeah, but she did say to go back to the tavern.
Okay, so we're all waiting at the tavern.
Nope, Fimo's still outside.
That's why I'm like, I do hope some would just sit there. Oh no.
Bob picked up
Stubborn enough to
Fimo.
wait there. Yeah.
Bob picked up Fimo, carried her back.
Just a trail in the ground. Sludge of mud.
Add to the pile of. Oh.
You already kicked one side. You gotta get the other side. Eat nice and even.
And after carrying Fimo, Bob washes the dirty parts of himself and tells Fimo to wash her hands.
We're gonna just start periodically, like, throwing Fimo in, like, a tub of water.
We can, like, hose her down.
Like a wet
Whatever
cat.
body of water we happen to be nearest to, it's like, hey, Fimo. Boom. It will eventually wear the crest off.
For the tavern, it will cost 3 silvers per night per room.
Okay.
Let me
We didn't
take
decide how many rooms we were doing beforehand, right?
Huh? No, you
We
didn't
didn't
decide.
How many
Okay.
are available?
Well,
Plenty.
Frug's got a room already because he's studying in it. So,
Yeah.
is it like it's like the same
I
as
did.
the usual rooms, right? Okay, cool. So we can fit multiple people.
Mhm.
I do hope that
Not
somebody
for it.
informed Frog of what was going on.
So he's just
Frog
taking
is
his walk.
hyper-focusing and cannot be disturbed.
Yeah.
Okay. Eventually, Seka does return, and she says, "So, I could get us a reputable 100, and it would take 2 days to get, though.
You cut out for some of it.
Mm-hmm.
People keep freezing. My Wi-Fi is being shit. I could get us a forged writ from a person, but it will cost about 400 gold, and it will take 2 days for the quality needed. That's the best I can do.
How much gold does everyone want to shill?
How hard is it to get an official writ? Seems more doable than that in a way.
You're asking how much would it cost to bribe an actual member of the government?
Genuinely tell them he stole something and just
That's not how you get rid of extradition. You can't just be any random person and sidle up to like the money counting house and be like, "Hey, I want to arrest somebody."
You want my taxes? He stole my taxes.
Gotta get him back.
So I could pay you guys. Okay.
So how much money can everyone shill?
Well, look at it. We can always take it out of Sir Edward later.
Oh, I love that. That was glorious. That's a great quote.
That was
That is
good.
the best quote. Oh my god.
I mean, at least part of it, right? You gotta at least make him pay part of it.
Mm-hmm.
Bob can shell out 50 to 100 gold.
I know that's a lie.
And we can't interrupt Frog, can we?
Nope.
We'll just
Frog is hard at work.
We need 100.
He's
We need 100.
writing at the like little smoke clouds are coming out of his quill right now. He's going crazy.
Will Duchess actually put in anything?
I don't know how much money Duchess has.
We'll ask. And then back. That little slice of second hasn't really popped up really until now. Because I really don't want to be stuck in this town longer than I have to be. But this is the fastest way I can do that without getting us any more trouble. If each of you can put in 100, I got the other 100, and then we will figure it out later.
Okay.
I will be telling Sir Edward that it was just so we're clear.
What did you say you cut out? Sorry.
Consider it Did I cut out?
Yeah.
Like right when you got to the meat of the
Good part.
sentence.
Yeah. She says, "You three put in 100 each. I'll get the other 100. We'll talk after, but when we get Sir Edward, just so you know. Everyone good with that?
I'm fine with it.
Consider it a finder's fee. Right?
And if he
Why
can't
do
pay
I
it back
only have one
immediately,
bar?
if he can't pay it
Huh?
back immediately, can we put interest on it?
Are we that heartless?
Bob
So
is.
mean.
I mean, like,
This is Bob. This is how Bob works.
Mm-hmm.
only do a
Actually,
2% interest rate and up the 2% interest rate by 2 every 3 months he fails to pay.
Sega, she's like, no, I'm charging more for the trouble, but no interest. I can't do that. Do that to someone.
Well,
You do you. Seka actually looked a little bit the interest thing. And a little bag to collect the gold.
Honey.
I'll be back in about another and a half. And she leaves.
You would not be able to, like, speak to this person until tomorrow morning.
Oh, okay.
It's
Gotcha.
about 10 o'clock at night at this point.
Okay. I'll go over first thing.
All right.
So what's another 2 days for that?
Yep.
Yeah.
Well, we could schedule a ship while we're waiting. I think.
Yep.
Sir Edward, we return to you once more.
Yay.
You awaken in your chair, and you get the sense that several hours have passed since you were last interviewed. And you awaken with your interrogator's hand on your shoulder, looking up into your eyes. And they go, Are you truly being honest about your intentions? You really are just searching for someone to help.
Yes.
Make a perception check for me.
All right. Sir Edward says, as sure as the sun will rise. Perception
Joke's
check.
on you, the sun doesn't exist.
That is a 16.
You feel their hand as they speak to you, like, snake up your neck and, like, run their hand through, like, the bottom of your hair.
Ooh. This is getting interesting.
And they just kind of hold your gaze for a moment. Okay. I believe the time that you've spent here has been enough punishment for trespassing. You can be released. I will see your things are returned to you, and you can leave in the morning.
That's very kind of you.
Their faces
Can I
kind
roll
of.
an
Well,
insight check?
what are you trying to insight? What are you looking for?
I don't know. I'm like, what is this guy getting out of this?
Sure, go ahead and roll.
14.
There is definitely some kind of other motivation, but you can't even begin to guess at what they could possibly gain from just letting you go.
Well, Sir Edward is going to just do what he says.
Okay. You're left alone again for some time. But a while later, they return. Your hands are unbound. Your bag is returned to you, and from all you can tell, everything remains intact. And you're escorted by 2 guards outside, back up the stairs to the main basement, and then back up again and onto the first level of the keep. And you look outside, you see the first fingers of dawn pricking the horizon.
Wow. Do I see Sylvans and Charles there?
You do indeed. They come clattering across the stone floor to accompany you as you are exit the keep.
Sir Edward gives the dragon a nice warm hug for a good solid minute. And it's just going to kind of walk forward into the sunsets or into the dawn morning. Just walking forward. Taking a look around.
At this time during the day, you can see soldiers in the area between the outer wall and the keep doing morning drills and training regimens. There are some people who appear to be servants farther off in the distance, collecting food from the kitchen garden. You can smell the bright, briny scent of the river, which at this point is only a few hundred yards away from you. You step out onto the cobblestone street and hear the portcullis clang shut behind you, and you find yourself a free man.
Wonderful. Is that river like where the sun is rising?
Yep.
Sir Edward is going to sit on Charles with Sylvans on his shoulder, right by the river, just staring at the rising sun.
All right.
What an album cover.
There are a few
And
small
after we-
fishing boats scudding across the river,
Mhm.
and a couple other larger vessels getting ready to make way either north or south.
Well, Sir Edward is going to do what he said he was going to do when he came here. He's going to go get himself a boat.
Without speaking to any of the others?
Nope.
Edward's gonna get a boat and then
Nate,
meet up with the others like, hey guys, I have a boat. And then we're gonna be like, we just got a boat. And then we're gonna have 2 boats.
We will never financially recover from this purchase.
Nate, bastard.
Steka, you got up first thing in the morning to go meet your forgist. Make a perception check for me.
Sir Edward is not hiding at all, by the way. He's just walking around the table and dragon on his shoulder.
A 13.
As you are going to cross the river on the way to meet your contact, you see the distant silhouette of a strangely familiar figure and accompanying moving table.
Sekka walks up. She doesn't immediately say anything. Just kind of stands behind him until he notices.
I see. Well, when Sir Edward notices, he does not react at all.
Does he look at her or anything?
I mean, he looks at her and then kind of just looks back at the sun.
What are you doing?
Oh, it's good to see you. How are you doing?
I'd say the same, except you almost cost the lot of us. How are you out?
How am I out of what?
The keep.
I have my ways.
Right. Why didn't you come back to the tavern to let us know?
Well, to be honest, it looked really nice outside.
She looks over at the sky, and I mean, accurate, but she still doesn't look pleased. She's really glad she didn't just spend a bunch of people's money. She's like, I need to go and call off a deal. You can come with me if you want. And then we'll figure out the situation so we can get out of here.
Yeah, I was planning on getting a boat. I was going to do that right as soon as the morning struck.
Coming?
Well, why not? We are friends after all.
Still. As well.
Sir Edward just seems very distracted by the dragon. It's just really wrapped around him.
How big is Sylvan's in Charles?
Charles is a circular
Are you sure he's
end table.
Are you sure he's not rectangular?
No. I'm sorry, Fimo, you're wrong.
He's a rectangle.
Anyways, do you have like the measurements?
Do I have the measurements?
Yeah.
I can look them up.
Okay.
I don't know how. In D&D terms, it's a small creature. So like, it fills up a space. It can either be tiny to where I can hold it, or small to where it fills up a space. For me, it fills up a space.
So, not larger than like a medium-sized dog.
Yeah.
Okay. And then same deal with Sylvan.
Yeah, Sylvan's is definitely smaller. It's like a parrot sized.
Okay.
But with a tail. Very long tail.
I suppose, I think I cut out at a point again, but Sekka's just going to go and kind of let Forger know that the services won't be needed. and that's pretty much what she's going to leave it at.
Okay.
So Sir Edward is following her, correct, for this?
Yes.
Yeah. She'll pretty much just, do that. Like, let him know that we won't need writ. We won't need their services. Sorry to wake them up so early. Are they in the dock area too, I believe, right?
Yeah, they're on the eastern side of the city.
Do I see all of this?
Yeah, I brought him with her.
So I meet these people?
Kind of, but I think she would say, just don't talk. I got this handled.
Yeah, I stare off from the distance.
So, calling that off and being down by the books, she's like, so, where do you intend to get a boat?
Well, where do you think you get a boat?
So the two main options for you guys, you can either go to the southern docks, which specialize in human transport, or the northern docks, which are more cargo. There's definitely going to be a price differential between the two.
Now you seem quite confident, so you lead on.
Sir Edward is going to probably go over to the people one, because that's probably the one that he knows a little bit more about, but he's probably seen a lot more of both of them.
Okay.
We're just going to head over there and
All right.
see our options. Look at the dock.
You can either go to the dockside counting house and ask for transport on one of the vessels, or you can buy one outright.
How much is buying one outright?
You ask around, and depending on person and quality of ship, you get cost between 4,000 and 6,000 gold.
4,000 and 6,000 gold.
Sounds about right.
4,000 and 6,000 gold. Hold on a second. Gotta calculate. Okay. And
Everyone froze.
How much is just transport, not buying it outright?
Transport on one of the human vessels would be about 10 gold per person per day, and between Byriven and the coast, it would take about 5 days of travel. So 50 gold per person.
Sounds perfect. How many people do we have?
7.
7. So 7 times 50 is 350.
Mm-hmm.
And Sir Edward is gonna pay for all of it.
All right. You find transport on a fairly nice but not lavish river barge that is heading downstream later this afternoon.
Sir Edward just turns a second and says, well, that was pretty quick. Might as well go tell the others. We have a sailing trip to go on. And we just started walking back.
Yep. Sorry, I need to mute so that I didn't see anything. That's why. But yep. And if people are still at the tavern or haven't woken up yet,
It's like 9 o'clock in the morning.
has everyone awoken? She will return the gold shares to that they contributed. But first, since they're walking in the door, she walks in with Sir Edward.
Standing order.
Hey, look, guys. It's the rat bastard.
Wait, so question. Would Frog... This may be a stupid question. Would he have noticed them, like, just not being there? Or would he maybe have assumed that they each got, like, separate... He doesn't even know that they set out and had a plan to get him at all?
Well, Seta didn't explain the whole thing. She just got really annoyed that he was out and didn't come back.
Mm-hmm.
And he was there for her to go. I'm sure you can read between the lines somewhat. Like,
That's true.
brought him to a place and said, "We're not going to need your services. Sorry for getting you out of bed."
Sir Edward's just gonna get himself a drink at the tavern.
Like nothing happened.
Exactly.
Frog looks up from his breakfast and he sees Sir Edward, and he, I believe, expected them to have started on this journey today. So to see him in the tavern already, he looks up and he's like, "What?" So
Seka is actually going to be sitting right next to him, just kind of staring into the middle distance.
They had literally just finished explaining the situation to Frog, and they're like, and now we're trying to figure out a way to come up with some sort of proof of our legitimacy, and then Seka and Edward walk through the door.
Gotcha. Okay. Oh. So
I think Seka's 2 days earlier than what she said she was going to be.
Seka just looks at everybody from probably kind of behind Edward across him with this look that's just like, "Don't ask," and sits down at the bar next to him and orders a coffee or tea, that whatever they have.
Or
If it's
coffee.
Okay.
Wait, did he come out recently? Was he in the keep like only hours ago?
Mm-hmm.
Topic Hippo.
Sir Edward's gonna sip on his coffee that costs 4 copper.
Seka will look back and just kind of go, "I found him by, it was by the docks, right?
Yeah, by the river.
I found him by the river. Do with that information what you will." And looks back down at her mug.
Was he genuinely lost, or was he actually there?
He's got a
She
secret
just kind
up
of-
at him. He's like,
She's, go ahead.
oh, I'm sorry. He says, "Well, I'm here now."
I assume at this point, Seka's returned the.
She spins around on the bar stool and motions for Bob, Redacted, and Fimo, and she just goes, "Come here."
We all get up.
And she digs around in her purse and she hands each of them 100 gold back. And then turns and puts her face back in her mug of coffee.
Okay.
I'm gonna head over to Edward. Hey, Edward.
Sir Edward, after being acknowledged by Fimo, is just going to look at everybody and say, "Well, we got a ship headed towards where we needed to go by this afternoon. So,
No, shush. Feather. Where's your feather?
my feather?
My feather. My.
The hold on. He kind of like goes through his bag and he's like, "Did I make them?" In the 9-day trip, did I think I made the feather, the wooden one.
I don't know.
Sure.
Yeah, I pull out the wooden one and I said, "Oh yeah, I finished it." And then he puts it onto the table and then puts the other one onto the table and says, "Looks pretty close."
Thank you. I'll take the real one and I'll just walk away.
Bob grabs the wooden one and thanks Sir Edward.
No problem. Enjoy a little artist expression.
Are you sure we should be brushing this off so soon? Like, isn't lack of transparency our big issue right now?
Bob's just gonna get a mug of ale and not worry about it.
Morning ale.
I already had problems with that thing, and now I can't pile up problems like this. It's not good for my health. I don't know what he did. I don't know what he is. But if he got out of there without me having to spend money, then I'm fine.
I'm not forcing this on a responsibility level. I'm just thinking on the objective level. When's the last time anyone just got out of prison?
When I picked the locks.
Okay, when's the last time someone legally got out of prison? I'm assuming it was illegal, right? Like it was a breakout?
When the mistress let us out legally.
Oh yeah, well that was a scheme and a half.
I certainly heard.
Can you stop it? You whore. Yeah, I'm talking to you, you slut.
Maybe we should just
Terms
leave
of
as soon as
endearment.
possible.
Yes.
And we can discuss it after we've left.
Is this Bob saying this?
Yeah.
Sir
Yeah.
Edward's going to be like, that's right. We're going to have a long boat trip. Going to learn a lot about ourselves, aren't we?
Let's
Hope
not go
none of you
that
are
far.
seasick.
Let's not go that far.
There's no
Sure,
such
it is
thing as
gonna-
magic tracking, is there? Or any form of tracking?
There's such a thing as magic tracking.
Make an Arcana check.
I know nothing.
I was about to say, isn't divination magic a thing?
Get up here. I will not play with you. Out with my hand.
Again, Sir Edward is just... He seems to be enthralled by
You've
the
got
dragon.
no idea, buddy.
That's why I'm asking.
In fact, you're confident that it can't exist, because that doesn't make any sense. How would they know where you are?
The magic?
I'll make an
What?
Arcana check.
Okay.
Everyone's...
A nat 1.
Oh,
Oh,
no.
You aren't even convinced that magic exists. You think it's all sleight of hand.
Oh, wait, does Phoebo know magic? Wait, don't you know
Yeah.
burning hands?
I know magic.
Fuck.
He was like, I don't have divination magic, so clearly, therefore, it's not
Doesn't
real.
exist.
It's not
People
real.
make it up for attention.
You've seen those fortune tellers on the side of the road? Charlatans, the lot of them.
We were in a carnival. You know all the ins and outs.
Frog,
Yes, Fimo?
not Frog. Shut up, Frog. Bob.
Oh my gosh.
That was not Fimo, that was Heather.
No, that was true.
No.
Bob,
Yes.
do you have the gold dagger with inscription on it?
No.
Who has the gold dagger with inscription on it?
Gold dagger.
Sir
with
Edward's
the
like, what dagger? Wait, what?
Platinum base? Wait, was it?
I just know it had the inscription on it. Who has that
Wasn't
thing?
that the fancy dagger someone stole from the
Yeah,
bazaar?
who has it?
Yeah,
I don't
got a
have
gold
it.
plate Platinum base dagger.
You have it?
I think it had something on it. Did we never look at that?
No, we looked at it, but no one can read it, but I can read it.
Sir Edward just looks completely confused. Like, stole from the bazaar. What?
Who has it? Which one of us has it?
I got it.
Oh, let me see it.
Yeah, I'll pull it out. Yeah.
Okay,
Take
I'm
a
gonna
look at
read
that.
it.
It's been a while.
I'm gonna read it with my magical eyes.
Okay. It reads, "Strike down the flesh of your enemies, but never their souls."
Oh, well, that's some BS. I thought it was gonna be something fun.
I thought it was just gonna be some royal family bullcrap, but all right.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Be honest, Percy. Did you come up with that on the spot?
I did not.
Ooh.
Lore.
Well, considering I think I just had it from some random store, I don't know if there's any connections.
Doing.
There is something I've been meaning to ask about, like my bottomless satchel, though. Does organic material rot in it?
It does not.
Okay, I was wondering, because I have like flowers and fruits and stuff. I was wondering if they never go bad, because that'd be kind of nice. Might finally
Just
be able
becomes
to
a
get that juicing
bottomless-
business off the ground.
bottomless lunchbox.
Just pull sandwich after
If you put a
sandwich out of
cup-
that bad boy.
If
Like
you
Lilo and Stitch.
if you put a cup of juice in the bag of holding and then like get jostled around, does it spill? Or does it like do things remain in their upright natural positions?
If I had
I
juice on me, I'd steal it with a
think
cork or something.
that things remain how you place them in the bag because you pull them out the same way that you place them in.
Okay.
Huh.
Fascinating.
I haven't put like non-sealed liquids in there, but maybe I'll give it a try at some point. I don't know.
You go to pull out something from your bag and your hand just comes out really sticky.
Ugh. What if no, that's stupid.
What are you thinking?
I was like, what if you no, because that I was thinking if you just like poured straight water in there or something, it obviously
It'd be in
would make
there.
the other things wet. It'd be in there, yeah.
Yeah, that's
Because like it would
fair.
touch the other things. Yeah, that was a
What?
stupid question.
If I shoved a 4-year-old squirrel in there, would it still be 4 years old when I take it out 5 years later?
There is no air in the bag of holding.
I was about to say, no living creature probably knows.
No decomposition.
So if anything is in there for longer than they're able to hold their breath, they die.
But what if they don't need to breathe?
Well, then it's not an issue, is it?
Shove Edward Cullen in the bag of holding. Carry him around.
Polly Pocket?
That is a really unfortunate prison.
Yeah, I am messing with no living creatures for that. But that's cool for preservation's sake, though, at the very least.
So
That's
you
like
could
a
kill
pixie's
people.
worst nightmare.
Yeah, you could kill people by putting them in the bag so long as they fit through the opening.
What if you
Even
just shove
if
their
get
head in there?
Yeah, do
That's
the
about-
nappy stack style. Just put it on, tighten.
Their arms would be out. They could just pull it off
Yeah,
themselves.
like
Or fight
hostage.
you.
Restrain the arms.
You have to restrain. Yeah, I
Bonded.
was gonna say easy solutions to these problems, guys.
That's-
I mean,
that just sounds
theoretically, you
way
could-
more-
This is
Like the
hostage
plastic
situation
bags don't
101.
exist, so I guess a bag of holding will have to do. Is it like the
Yeah,
vacuum
like
safe?
It's just fancy smothering someone.
You are
Fantasy
overcomplicating
smothering.
death thing.
You can dislodge the body. Make it fit.
Well, I'm going to write that down under my list of conversation stoppers.
Feel like the making it fit would kill it faster than the bag of holding, though. Because like they'd have to fit in the bag of holding.
It's just,
I feel like there's
hop
easier
on
ways to
the-
kill people, like with your
That does
knives.
save me from my issue where body
We're not
parts-
talking about how easy it is to kill someone, are we?
You guys are having this discussion over the breakfast table.
I'm just eating my porridge, contemplating the possibilities.
The other patrons of the tavern are kind of like looking over at you, getting some heavy
Yeah, no.
side eye.
I mean, like,
In light,
We're not gonna stay here for long.
in light
Tick
of
was
this,
quiet for a while, and eventually she looks back and she kind of goes, You know, it doesn't have to be a bag of holding for putting someone's head in the bag for that to work. Goes back to her meal again.
But this whole
Fair
entire
point.
concept is based on the bag of holding. Like, we want to be doing it without that.
Oh,
But why
just
do you
be
need a bag
smothering
of holding
someone?
to do that?
I
You can
refuse
Those
to
are
watch
bad.
throw
someone
it
put in
away.
the bag.
It'd contaminate everything else in there. Then it'd be the death bag. Couldn't come
Yeah,
back from that.
why would I want to suffocate someone with my own bag? That make it
Don't
messy.
dirty mine. Have I got
Well
any
enough, it doesn't matter.
Also,
Hey,
in light of this
Percy? Random question that I've been pondering for the past, 3 days, but keep
Please
forgetting
tell
to
me your
ask.
ponderment.
Does the spell counterspell counterspell?
It does, yeah.
It does.
Oh my god, really?
It depends
That's so
on
cool.
clear it, right?
it. It
I was
depends
about
on
to
the
say.
level of the counterspell that you're casting it at.
Yeah.
And if it's the
higher
same
than
level,
the other one.
then you have to roll for it.
Oh my
Mhm.
god.
But if
stop.
it's higher than the other one, it does. And then the original spell.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, it's like
I
that.
was thinking about that. I was like, that would be cool as shit. I'm not going to Google it because I forget. Anyway, thank you.
You're welcome.
Wow.
Are there any other crimes against humanity you need to discuss?
Sir Edward's
That's a crime.
thinking about carving a little statue of a bag of holding on someone's head.
Well, if you were to dismember
Would it-
someone, what weapon would you choose?
It'd be like, maybe that will make Fimo think I'm a taller person.
I mean, if you were to dismember someone, it would have to be something with like a nice
Like a
enough
blade.
but not too small.
But which one?
The
Can't
best
forget about
tool
the
for
power.
dismemberment would probably be a bone saw.
Yeah.
That's too logical.
Cut
It
up
does
bones.
cut through bones.
Well, you don't.
I'm thinking.
You don't actually need to cut through the bone to disarticulate the body.
No, but it would be
Yeah.
the easiest.
Yeah, it would
And you would
definitely
still
be
have to
easier.
saw through the joint either way.
Well, it's kind of like carving the tendons, and then you can pop the thing out of socket.
I was about to say, if it comes, I was trying to compare it mentally to like carving meat. So I was thinking maybe, I don't know why my brain immediately went to like a curved blade of some kind. But then I was like, but a scimitar would be kind of long, and that would be
A
you'd have
sickle,
to be.
perhaps.
Yeah.
Sickle. That's an
It's the
option.
spite.
It'd be good to, but that I feel like that would be more of a slow dismemberment because that's for like filleting things and stuff.
There
a lot
are
of the time.
curved amputation knives.
Sick.
Are you guys ready to go on the sea with each other for the next?
Yeah, time for pirate arc.
Unless you're going to be river pirates. Not for some time.
Does anybody
Question.
engage
Yes.
trepanation in this world?
What?
Oh no! I wonder. That's
What
a
was
great
that?
Engage in what?
What?
Does anybody engage in trepanation? Now I'm curious.
Trepanation?
Oh, the classic.
Basically, it was an old way. It was an old
Oh,
cure for
brain drilling?
Yes.
Put
Yeah.
a hole in your skull for
Maybe.
Batman to get out.
Perhaps.
You gotta let the demons escape.
There's a lot of
Well,
magic and spirits going around. Maybe it'd still be hip.
Yeah.
I think the ironic thing is that in some cases it worked quite well. But that was just because of swelling.
Mm.
What a lovely conversation to have.
I have way too much info.
We are having such a jolly good time. It's like everything's back together.
Question. What time of day is it right now? How long have we just
It
been
is late
sitting
morning.
here? Late morning? Okay. And you said that the boat was taking off sometime in the afternoon?
Mhm.
Like early to mid-afternoon or like
Like 2
closer to
o'clock.
evening?
So you
2
got a
o'clock?
couple of
Okay.
hours.
A couple of hours. Okay, cool.
Did they say provisions were provided on the trip at all? Anything?
Yeah, they were.
Okay.
There's a ship's
Make-
galley.
What are we doing with our horses?
You can take them on the barge with you.
Excellent.
Let's go.
I wouldn't leave her behind for the world. I love her.
What's her name?
Also, I don't have one yet. Give me between now and next session, and I'll have one for you. And it'll be so cute because gnomish naming conventions are so silly.
Where was Edward's horse?
Huh?
Edward stowed his horse before he went to the library.
Okay.
Yeah.
Honestly, it was in the living room.
No, I was in the prison with me.
He was just standing
sitting
there.
Have y'all seen those pictures of horses sitting, like with their legs out? Like, yeah, he was just doing that in the center of the tavern, like by the hearth, the whole time.
He went and nibbled
Just
at the
chilling.
lamb.
He is an herbivore. He did not enjoy. Our horses are herbivores.
Technically.
I doubted myself for a second.
Horses are technically herbivores. However, that has never stopped a horse in the past.
Herbivores, but they also don't give a shit.
If they're grazing and a small creature runs up under their face, it's gonna get chomped.
So, like,
Love that for them. I do have a request. At some point between now and before we get on the barge, I would like to stop in town and procure a set of Tinker's tools because I have proficiency in those, but I don't have a set of them on me.
Certainly,
So
I think that's 50
Could
gold.
Fuck.
I was
Okay.
gonna go with Frog and be like, "Let me show you. I know how to tinker. I know the good stuff."
I never could have guessed. Please show me all your secrets. Or whichever ones you're willing to show me. You said 50 gold?
Hold
Just
on.
apparates another set of Tinker's tools using his right tool for the job. He's like, "I can have anything." He's like, "Herbalist kit, alchemy kit, medicine kit."
Yep, 50 gold.
So many kits. I should get my hands on some of those. That seems very
Wood
useful.
carving. I already have a wood carving.
I was about to say, well, that makes sense. I was about to say, I've seen you carve wood before.
Got
So that one's less of a
fabric.
surprise. Okay.
Right tool for the job. Sir Edward is big brain with that sort of stuff.
Yeah, due to his gnomish heritage, Frog technically is too. Like he has experience with it from youth, but hasn't been actively practicing. And if
Because you know how
What-
all gnomes are so great at carving things.
Exactly, they're all artisans from birth.
Uh-huh.
It's in the lore. Whatever. I think it's cute. So I'm like, he's gonna practice wood carving on the 5-day boat trip to the Magic City. If that's
What are you gonna wood carve?
allowed. That's a
Magic
good
City
question.
is not a 5-day boat right away.
Didn't you?
You are going to first go down the river to Averanis and then along the coast to Sunbin.
Gotcha.
Mm-hmm.
That's my bad. I'm not a navigator. I'm just along for the journey.
So, how many days?
5 days to Averanis, and then depending on what you guys do for transport and what comes up between 7 and 20 days between Averanis and Sunbin.
How? Okay, Bob's going to look for a bookshop.
For a what?
Bookshop.
Okay, what are you looking for in the bookshop?
Do they have any books that give an overview of the religions around the
Absolutely, yeah.
world? And then do they have those books that look really pretty, like super pretty cover, they have the ribbon sewn in, they have the gold lined pages. Do they have a book that looks like that?
Sure, yeah.
Okay, Bob's going to buy the overview called Religions and then really pretty book.
Okay, I'll say that's 17 gold.
Okay.
Any of the rest of you have any last minute errands to run?
I'm almost done with my alchemist kit. Should I be like looking for supplies? Like, what do I do with the
Yeah.
alchemist kit when I'm done with it?
So, to gain proficiency in the alchemist kit, I think I said it would cost you 150 gold in materials while learning how to use it, but I feel like you've already paid that.
I've already paid that, and it's been 11 out of the 14 days required.
Yeah, so I think you're just periodically picking up things as you go. You don't need to worry about, like, major restocks right now.
Okay. All right. I guess I'll get more into that when I actually finish it. But all right. 30.
Okay. So you all finish up any business you have left here in the city. You collect your horses from the stable, and you head down to the southern docks, where you find a wide, flat river barge awaiting you. As you stride up the gangplank onto the deck, you're each greeted by a very large, kind of swarthy-looking woman. She reaches her hand out to each of you and goes, "Name's Captain Leftrin. Won't be needing to speak to me much on this journey in case of emergency. My first mate, that's Mate Campbell. If you have anything you particularly need, you talk to him. Otherwise, you shouldn't be bothered much by the crew. Food served 3 times a day in the galley below decks. Hope you enjoy your sail. Have any questions?"
If I'm going to vomit, should I vomit port or starboard?
Doesn't much matter, it's river either way. But do try to do it aft. I like to keep my paint on the sides of my boat nice and clear. Anyone else?
If you don't know how to swim,
I'd advise staying below decks.
Okay.
You're unlikely to fall off the side of the boat unless you're being stupid, so my advice is, don't be stupid.
Aye,
Will-
aye.
Look.
Words to live by.
All right. May the winds and currents favor us. And she steps back and heads up to the fore of the ship and begins shouting orders.
All right.
So, you've rescued your companion from the keep, kind of. You've secured passage downriver. Now your journey to Everonus begins. I would say that's a pretty solid place to end for the evening.
Stopping for. That was fun. I liked this one.
Interesting session.
Mm-hmm.
I'm surprised it ended out in murder.
This time we
It ended up with Cedric alive and none of us murdered him.
Yeah, no one going to jail. Except for me, and then I got myself out.
And there were no
Well,
grievous
yourself out.
injuries.
He swashbuckled his way heroically out of the depths of the dungeon.
Oh, yeah.
What a triumphant story. I'm going to tell my children this one. So brave.
Yeah, so brave.
Oh. I have a
just
feeling.
have so much charisma.
I was
My
prepared
charisma.
for you guys to attempt to break in, but I'm glad you didn't because it would have been a really bad idea.
I thought about
Another
that.
really bad prison break
I thought
idea.
about that.
Yeah.
Breaking into places never works out.
But I realized it's not a good idea. It wouldn't end well.
It
We
would
can
not.
just grab Jared if we need to.
It's like generally when you break into a place, you have to have an escape plan lined up, and if you don't, you are just fucked. You're just
Uh-huh.
straight
Mhm.
fucked.
Or like you shouldn't just go into places you're not supposed to.
Also,
You're
the
not a
fact that this is a legitimate fortress.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But beside the fact.
It's like Teko was just like, no, 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 no.